All right, hey guys, sorry about that. Never a dull moment, but we're back. Internet is back, and we're good. So sorry about that. Thank you guys for waiting and being patient and for coming back. So
That was something.
yeah, business as usual. So anyway, where were we?
Can they see us? Can they hear
they
us?
could, yeah, we're back. I can see the stream. I thought I was an
Hmm.
hour late. You're right on time, Daniel. Well, actually, we did start an hour ago. Age of Ultron a little
Yeah.
over. Yeah.
Hang on. I gotta get a new chat
Okay.
real quick. Give me 1 second.
All right, guys. So last we left off, Spider-Man. We found Spider-Man. So Spider-Man is added to the team. Um,
Yep. We have Team Iron Man and Team Captain America.
yeah. Um, yeah, and Captain America gets Ant-Man.
He also gets Clint and Wanda.
No, Clint is Hawkeye, right?
Yep. Clint Barton, Hawkeye. Yeah.
Okay. I can never remember his real name. I just think of him as Hawkeye. I
Yeah.
was excited to see him back. Um, and oh yeah, and he has Wanda the Witch. All right.
Yeah. Scarlet Witch is
All right. So
is
Captain America's team they head to the airport, um, take a helicopter out of the country, and
Ant-Man. They recruit Ant-Man. He's he's he was sleeping in the van.
good old Ant-Man getting himself into
And,
trouble.
like, yeah, Ant-Man was the last movie we. No, it was Guardians of the Galaxy. I was gonna say Ant-Man was the one before that. So
Oh, right.
but yeah, it's cool to like, it's so great to see like another addition from a previous movie joining these other characters.
Yeah. Um, um, all right. So when they're at the airport, Captain America and his team run into Tony Stark and his team.
Yeah,
Um, and they end up getting into.
Cap gets his shield webbed up by Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man gets some upgrades because of Tony's tech
Oh yeah, like he
from
originally
his
had like a weird, pathetic suit, and then
like
Tony
a
Stark
yeah,
got him a new
like some
one.
goggles and everything. But now he's got an official Spider-Man suit, which kind of a funny. I find this this is just me, but the couple of the other Spider-Man movies before this
Mm-hmm.
had a very like back in 2001, the 2001 trilogy
Mm-hmm.
had a very detailed like spider suit. Like he's got like these kind of like this like this web net all over him, but it's
Uh-huh.
all riveted. Um, and this is the Peter Parker that's like broke. This is
Mm-hmm.
like the broke Peter Parker. Um, and here we have like this Spider-Man who's got Tony Stark tech, but his suit looks very simple. Like it
Mm-hmm.
looks like it doesn't have that much deep. It's just the color pattern, some stitching. It doesn't look as ridiculously detailed as the 2001, which I don't know. It's just not that I like both suits. That's just one of
Uh-huh.
those things where it's like, huh? So the broke kid has a much more like out there suit than like the billionaire suit.
Wow, that's definitely one of those things I don't know. I don't notice. Like I don't notice like all the details about like their suits and
Yeah,
costumes and
I
whatnot.
believe. Yeah,
But it
um,
looked cool to me. I was like,
yeah.
oh, that's a really
It's
bright red
it's
and bright blue.
it's definitely it's also one of the first suits that has these like the eye goggles that kind of zoom in or give kind of this reaction. The rest of them were just very standard
Uh-huh.
goggles.
Mm-hmm. Um, yeah, so then they get into a big fight. Um, was I think this was the scene where So Rhodes is also.
Yeah,
involved.
Rhodey's there.
And this was the scene where he gets injured.
Yeah, at the end of this fight, the very end of it.
That like, I think that upset me more than anything in the movie.
Yeah.
Like that made me mad. Like, like getting like hurt is one thing, but to like I was like that, like it was like such a serious injury. Like he's like has like partial.
He's paralyzed.
Yeah,
from the waist down. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like all because of their
fight. Yeah.
Fight, and like, I mean, I guess it sends a message, but that made me sad.
Yeah, it was. I remember like it was like the first time we saw that. It was like we weren't sure if Rhodey was gonna live or die in this movie, which I guess spoiler alert, but nobody really dies in this movie.
No. Yeah.
Like it's kind of surprising, like with all the kind of infighting, with all the kind of back and forth, none of the main characters die.
Yeah. Which I'm glad. That would make me hate the movie even more.
Yeah, and so we do get a good, but I do love which, by the way, a fun fact, that airport is all CGI.
Really?
There's not a location. Yeah. So it's honestly that I was honestly shocked when I found that out, that airport wasn't real.
Wow. It's like Star Wars. None of that was real. Just hello. Not out of 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10. No, this was not. I don't even know what I would rate this movie. What did I rate it the other night? What, 6?
You said like 5?
5? But it's just like, and it's not to say it's a bad. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's just not a good movie for me. It's not my cup of tea. It's like a cup of tea.
Let's see what else. So we get lots of fights. We get some very fun moments. We get AntMan fighting Black Widow for a second, then he gets zapped, and Bucky and Falcon fight SpiderMan. And SpiderMan's just being all like, trying to be impressive. It's like, you have the right to remain silent. You gotta obey me. It's like, come on, you gotta help out Tony Stark here.
He starts talking about the Empire Strikes Back. You know that movie, Empire Strikes Back, when that's
oh yes.
Planet? And I was like,
yes.
It's Hoth. Like, he's supposed to be a kid. He should know his Star Wars. I don't know.
I love how like upset you were at that.
I was offended. I was like, that's Snowy Planet. That's like a Star Wars snob or anything, but I mean, come on.
He said that really old movie.
Yeah. I forgot that. Yeah.
It's like
the way he said it.
It's like the kids these days. Star Wars, you know that old movie?
That kid. Just
but yeah,
Star Wars.
which is
that was cool.
Yeah, I know. But it's actually funny because I think in the comics, I think I read somewhere the comics, Spider-Man actually doesn't like Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah, it's like I think it was like, I don't know what happened, but I think there is a comic panel where he mentions he's like some like crooks that have like laser guns, and he's like, I've never liked Star Wars because he's dealing with.
So maybe that's why they put that in there.
I don't know, but in this Spider-Man, he actually likes it. It's actually kind of funny that there's that contrast.
Madigan says hello, everyone. She wasn't crazy about the movie either, right? I have no treats tonight. It's not a Twitch night. You only get treats on Twitch night. All right.
And yeah, and this was my. We skipped one scene, which is my favorite scene in the movie. I forgot about that. It's when it's when Sharon and Captain America kiss.
Oh yes. Which I think it's only right that they get together. I mean.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never. There's like a lot of people like. I think when we were when I saw this in the movie theater, I even heard like a couple of people go, "Ew."
Well, maybe it wasn't the right time or place, but
Yeah, I mean,
in
Peggy
general.
just died. Peggy just died, Cap.
Well, he's making his move. America's
but
playboy.
but oh, this got the biggest laugh in the whole movie. Every single time was Bucky and Sam like giving Cap like yeah.
That was funny.
It was the best. It was so good. Maybe it was
Typical.
the hardest laugh.
I called dibs on Sharon before Kath.
Also,
I realize he's
also
technically older, but he's also doesn't look older.
yeah.
So
There's that factor too. But yeah, like, and also Bucky and Sam's little arguments. It's just like, can you move up your seat? No. They're in a little beetle car.
Mm-hmm. The humor was funny.
Yeah. And of course, during the Spider-Man and Bucky fight, um, after like Sam uses his little drone to take out Spider-Man, Bucky's like, "You couldn't have done that earlier." I hate you. It's like these are basically Cap's friends. Like Cap's two sidekicks are fighting each other.
All right. And then because of what Vision did or whatever, that's when Rhodes ended up going down. He floats to the ground and he's left paralyzed.
But we also get another one of my favorite scenes. We get Giant Man, which was so good.
It was cool.
It was a moment like in the theater where, because again we see like little Ant-Man just running
Mm-hmm.
down. He jumps on Rhodey, and I think there was like I heard rumors because like after Ant-Man came out, it's like you learn like I looked up like, okay, what does Ant-Man do? Does he do this? Does he do this? And it's like, oh, he can become a Giant Man too. And it's like, what? I wonder, that'd be cool to see in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, the next movie is him. He just grows into this giant thing. The whole theater just goes, whoa! It was so good. And Spider-Man says some language.
What do you think of the name Giant Man? I think it's a clever name. It's clever. I'm not crazy about. I don't know how to put this. I like his character. I think he's funny, but I guess I'm not. I don't know. I'm just like not impressed by Ant-Man. I guess because his abilities are very different than the others.
Yeah.
It's not like has this exceptional skill in fighting or he's super strong. He can be big and he can be small. Not to say it's not cool. I guess I'm just not,
Yeah.
wowed
We also,
by him.
But yeah, we also get which is also, I think this is a joke from a Marvel cartoon did this first, where they had Hawkeye shoot Ant-Man on an arrow.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were like, we need to see this happen in like the movies. And then of course in this movie we get Hawkeye shoot Ant-Man on a little arrow, and that's how he gets in Tony's suit. And he goes, "Oh, he starts like pulling up cords and everything. It's your conscience. We haven't talking in a while." Tony's like, "Who's speaking? Who is that? I hear a voice." I just love that fight and like the humor in it.
Mm-hmm. That's one thing that I feel like the Marvel movies in general do really well with is their humor. Like their characters are really funny and it's good writing.
Yeah.
No pun here, but Ant-Man was huge in this fight. No, he did good. I'm not like trying to diminish him. He was cool, but
yeah. Eventually, Cap and Bucky get to the Cap's team basically makes the sacrifice to slow down Tony's team, and they get to the jet where Natasha decides to help Cap out by stopping T'Challa. By basically slowing him down as they make their escape. Mm-hmm. And then we get to where Rhodey and Vision get hurt. Rhodey gets hurt by Vision, And yeah, we have that scene, and Bucky and Cap escape.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely action packed. that was a long fight. Yeah, Black Widow is definitely one of my favorites.
I'll say this is probably my favorite design, like, of her so far, like her suit and her long red hair, because she's usually.
Sorry,
okay?
My iPad fell. It does that. Okay.
Oh. Do you have a stand for it?
I do, but the stand goes down. It's like a button stand. It's old school. It's old.
Yeah.
I did it again. All right, don't mind me. I'm just gonna hold it. All right. Anyway, so moving on. All right, I've lost my spot here. All right, so then they go. Well, Black Widow goes into hiding too, right? Doesn't she say she's going?
Yeah, she decides, she realizes she's not for the Accords, or she decides to join Cap.
Yeah.
Or basically sorts.
Okay.
And Tony gets a message about the psychiatrist that Zemo snuck in as, and finds out that Bucky is being framed.
Yeah.
And goes to the prison cell called the Raft, which has basically everybody that Cap's team captured, and which has Wanda, Sam, Scott, AntMan, and Hawkeye, Clint.
Yeah.
And they're not happy with Tony.
Yeah. Understandably so.
And here's kind of it's a subtle thing, and it's not really, but Tony, I don't think he intentionally meant this. He lets it slip that Clint has a wife and kids, while the military is listening to the audio. And that's kind of audio so that the prison can't hear them, and asks Sam to help Cap and Bucky, because he finds out that because he realized he was wrong and Bucky was framed, so he wants to help them.
Right. So then
we had a bit of lag.
Okay.
But we're back.
All right.
We're almost done. We're almost there.
So next they go to that place where the other soldiers are.
They find the place. It was a small little nice conversation where they talk about like do you remember when we you
All right, it's reconnecting. Oh, we're back. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Almost. There we go.
Okay.
Almost there. All right. There's that. Yeah, we have that moment where Cap and Bucky are talking about the good old days. And I mentions like there's this girl that Bucky had a crush on. It's like, she's got to be 100 years old now. It's like, both so are we. Like, we're 100-year-old guys.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
But yeah. So they go in. Tony shows up, makes a truce, saying that, okay, I'm here to help. I'm not here to cause any problems. We're going to find out what's going on and stop these soldiers and Zemo.
But then